not being able to provide or adequately provide. That's a big fear. But now, my name's Reeza. I work for my father, Dave, who's been in the electrical industry for 40 years. The company is our last name, GoodFellows Electrical, and he's been running an electrical contracting business for 20 years in Brisbane, and prior to that, about 15 years in South Africa. Our business has a strong turnover of work, which is always a good thing. However, I felt that there was room for improvement in the processes we undertake. So we weren't bad, but I found that we were doing sort of the bare minimum. We could do better, and we could attract better clients. We could charge at a more appropriate rate, and we could bridge a lot of gaps in different areas, such as scheduling, accounting, attracting the right types of clients, and referral strategies, things like that. I knew I'd have to address the business problems at some stage. They're not going to go away. I had to do something ASAP. I've tried to address them, but to find a way to address them that suits our particular situation, which is a sole trader and a trades business, the amount of challenges that there were is quite overwhelming. So especially, when you're so busy, there's not a lot of time, or there's not a lot of room to experiment with different strategies. You've sort of got to have the right people who's tried and tested to be in your corner and sort of give you the right things, and sort of a cheat sheet to where you want to be. Essentially, you're not poking around the dark. So that's that type of feeling. It's overwhelming because there's so many things to fix up, and you don't have the time to fix it. I've done courses, weekly courses that supposedly specialize in small business and all facets of small business, but they didn't really feel specific to where we're at, which was the problem. I knew that we had a lot of things to address, and as I said, I wanted to get there as fast as possible in an appropriate amount of time. Things don't change overnight, but I needed to get on the right path as soon as possible, and I knew looking at the information and doing a little bit of research on Google and whatnot, these people are the real deal, and it was a high quality sort of interaction, as I said. So I went with you guys to get these things done. And I thought, this is different to what I've experienced. Very knowledgeable, very eager to help. So you've got the great sort of interactions we have, outputting great information across so many different areas. Well, it's a team of guys working to make your business better. Like, who has that? It's I appreciated that. It's something you pay for, but it's great. It's an essential step. I didn't think twice before, during, or after. So yeah, I'm more than happy. Even when you watch movies, the minor details, and they were like, everything met and exceeded like any expectation I had. So the biggest thing is having a clear plan moving forward, having clarity on where we want to be each month, each quarter, each half year, each year. Those are huge, and changing our way of thinking to being focused on that more. That's a great impact. That's a great effect on our business. The cash flow is a great impact. And the other thing is like giving customers the best possible service that most of them deserve, and having a pleasant interaction day to day, and having a pleasant week. You want to provide for your family, and the thought of not being able to do that adequately it's scary. And that's your purpose as a man or as a person. And I'm no longer worried about that. So personally speaking, that's a huge burden off my shoulders. That's the main thing, as I mentioned before, is not being able to provide or adequately provide. That's a big fear, but now I've been given tools and I know how to go about it to avoid that happening. So that's a big thing for me. The big one initially was the sales script, I believe. The sales script was great in qualifying clients, people that do we want to work for them, or you go and work for someone without vetting them, and you're going to have headaches, essentially, which we've experienced many times over. The call out fee, which didn't exist before. So the call out fee was good. It was huge for us. We calculated conservatively that we would earn $15,000 extra per annum. Implementing it hasn't caused any problems. We didn't do it blind either. We sort of established that, hey, people can say no to these changes. You can afford for 70% of people to say no, and we can still be all right and be better off than before. The impact was immediately more cash flow, more overall profit. On the one hand is you're giving time back, showing methods to give me my time back and my old man, and as well as that, earn more money. So there's the big things, obviously. Less uncertainty over what's going to happen next year. What's going to happen, it's a week-to-week thing. Next week, the phone calls could dry up and you're sitting and you're wondering what to do. But I've been given tools that are going to help me to, and my dad as well, obviously, to find the clients, keep recycling and sort of keep finding more clients. And in the event that there's no work, I've got the strategies there to drum it up. There's a lot of confidence now. I've been given a safety net, essentially. I couldn't recommend it enough. Like, there's no reason not to, because you're going to get great information with lots of clarity on exactly how to go about running an effective trade business. It's so broad, like it's every facet of the business. I couldn't possibly mention everything. There's so many things that are in depth. It's hard, like if you say recommend, like, well, if you're shit, get these guys. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, it's a no-brainer, essentially. You need to know where you're going. So if I have a purpose, then I think it goes for most people. If you wake up with a purpose, and something to attack, something to work to, you go for it. And if you put in the great effort, you will, even if you don't make it, you're still going to get pretty far. So that's a good philosophy I've always sort of lived by, and this has helped me to do that.